Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Kay Turkey, and welcome back to my channel. A space I created to speak about my own personal experiences, lessons learned, and how I navigated this journey and how I got to where I am, where I feel like I'm in a place where I create my own reality. I do things the way I want, and I don't let those voices of people inside me stop me to do what I want to do or control me. Like, I came to a place where I believe I'm in control of my life. And this does not mean like, oh my God, yeah, my life goes my way. No, it's just like whatever life takes me, I'm not going to be in a place where I become a victim, I become a hero or a persecutor. Like, I just get centered and I know, okay, this is where life wants to take me and what's there for me. Because so far, every inconvenience that I've been through, every that the lowest emotion that I felt, the pain that I went through, it's all happened for me. That's the realization that I got. Like, oh my God, that's the thing that I didn't want to happen, but that's the thing that took me to the next level. Without that thing, I wouldn't be here. So now it made me realize that everything is just happening for me, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Maybe my perspective was seeing this as bad because I've not experienced, I don't know what to do in this. And it's like, no, I don't want it. But I needed to go in that in order for me to be where I am. I wouldn't be here without those painful experiences that I didn't want to be in. So I'm here and I created this space to share about how those experiences and how that pain is their, what's the word? Was the reason that I got my power. So without that pain, my power would not come back. And this is what I want to share. And today I want to talk about something very deep, and it's something that can resonate with a lot of people, especially if you're going through pain, if you're going through recurring diseases, whether it's cancer, whether it's hormonal issues, anything that keeps on coming back every time you go for a treatment, and then there it's back, and now you're just like living your life worrying, oh my God, what if it comes back, especially with cancer, because in a lot of cases cancer does come back, or things like that I've been dealing with, endometriosis, and these just like scar tissues, it just keeps on growing. You remove it, it keeps on growing. And the message that I have for that older version of me that's always been scared, I spoke about my experience with cancer when I was told that, the cells that were removed from my cervix showed they had they say the zero stage of cancer, or the beginning stage of cancer. And that was scary, because then I was like, okay, that was removed. But then, oh my God, what if it comes back? That means my body created that. What if it creates it again? You start living in those thoughts. And also with my endometriosis, like, I mentioned it before that I've had 4 operations for that. And every time it's like, oh my God, it's going to come back, and then I'm going to have again. So it's like, I've just been in my head worrying like, oh, this disease will come back and then I will be there again. And then it's like being stuck in the very low vibration, and it's not helping. It was not helping at all, because you're like having fun and then suddenly you're worrying about that. So what has helped me to 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 see things differently is whatever it is that you're struggling with, see it as a teacher. Don't see it as a disease. Actually, call it a teacher. Whether it's cancer, call it my teacher. Whether it's endometriosis, call it my teacher. And why do teacher come? Teachers appear when students are ready to study, right? So when teacher is there, that means we need to be a student. There's something that we need to learn. That's why a teacher comes like, okay, I came to teach you something because you need to learn. And if you get rid of the teacher before learning the lessons that you need to learn, the teacher is going to come back, because the teacher's purpose is there to teach you something. So if you don't learn the lesson that the teacher was there to teach, the teacher is going to come back. And if it does come back, instead of like worrying, oh my God, what if the teacher comes back? It's about, okay, what was the teacher here to teach me? Let's learn that lesson so that the teacher doesn't come back to teach me the lesson again, or the same lesson again. Maybe a different teacher will come to teach you a different lesson. So every time we've got these diseases in our body, let's see them as teachers instead of diseases. And let's not focus more, because most of our focus is in how to get rid of this teacher. So instead of focusing on how to get rid of these teachers, let's focus on what lesson is this teacher here to teach me, and let's learn that lesson. And once we learn that lesson, it's less likely for the teacher to come back. And if she does come back, again, you have not learned the lesson, or you need to learn the lesson in a different level. For me, my endometriosis was such a pain, but it was the biggest teacher, one of the biggest teacher of my life, because I just didn't want to experience that again. I've had 4 operations and it keeps on coming back. So first I changed my diet, my food. Then I realized, oh my God, my diet and food, I'm not changing in the right way. I'm just doing it. Once I feel relief, I'm going back to the same habits. So I've not changed it as a lifestyle. So now I need to change it as a lifestyle. I need to identify as somebody who is healthy, who loves workout. And I did that as my next step, and then it didn't work. The third is like, okay, I need to work with my energy, go energy release, do all these plant medicines and just release everything. And I did. It didn't help, came back, and I'm like, so every time those did help because they did contribute to the cause. Sometimes manifestation of something in our body is not caused with just by one thing. There's like so many things, and then it just can't take it anymore. Then it shows as physical thing. So, and I speak about this in one of the video if you want to go and learn more about how diseases are manifested in our body and how our energy imbalances are what causing disease to manifest where they are. So, for example, you'll go to a doctor and they will tell you have an infection, right, in your tummy. And then they will tell you, okay, you need to stop eating inflammatory food, right? And then somebody else goes, they have an inflammation in their toe. And then the doctor tells them they need to stop eating inflammatory food and eat more anti-inflammatory food. Both got told the same thing, that this is what's making the inflammation worse. But why is it that one has got inflammation in the tummy and the other's got inflammation in the toe? Now that is the energy imbalance. So we can stop. That's why healing goes in layers. So we can start with food, like, okay, I'm gonna start eating anti-inflammatory, right? And you eat that, and it does help with like bringing ease, in the place wherever you have discomfort. But then you do something else. Let's say you don't sleep well, right? Sleeping well also causes imbalances. Let's say you don't exercise, right? You don't drink water properly. You don't breathe properly. And that also causes imbalances in the body, inflammation, and then it goes again and triggers that. Now you're eating well, but then there are other things that are causing still inflammation in that place. Now you're like, okay, I've done my eating. Oh, now I need to do my sleep. Okay. So teacher is coming back. There's something else you're not doing right. Sleep. Ah, okay. Teacher is coming back. There's something else you're not doing right. Or this, or this. And every time you're learning things in a different way. But then you're going to learn why in the first place my pain is just there. And when I got to that level, I was like, oh my God, you know? Yes, I needed to learn all those levels, and that's why the teacher kept on coming back. But this is the level that I needed to understand. And this is like why my inflammation, all the food, everything, why it just affected my tummy area, this area. And that is when the energy imbalances come in. Like where if we have headache, then it's more about our chakra up here, imbalances. And this can be more, we're not seeing reality as it is, we're not connected to the divine. If it's something here in the throat, we just don't speak our truth, or we don't express ourselves. What is it that we want to say? We've not expressed our grief, which comes to more like, heart chakra here, chest. We keep the pain inside. So there's a lot. If it's in stomach, it depends. If it's like, gas and more on the upper stomach, big stomach, it's to do more with shame, self-esteem, and just not being in our power. If you have a lot of like feminine, sacral chakra, like me, it's more about not expressing our emotions, not putting our creativity out there, and definitely not embracing our sensuality, which is our flow, our feminine energy, especially in women. That is the main cause of our hormonal and all these sacral chakra issues. And then the root chakra, which is more about being grounded and just like feeling safe, feeling like we belong. The basic needs of human being, safety. It's what a lot of us don't feel. And for me, those three, the lower chakras, were like the ones that had the one that I struggled with the most. So my legs, my back, my stomach, my belly button has always been what I've been struggled with the most, because I did not feel safe. I was not expressing my feminine energy. I was never in my, of course, I was like this in my feminine energy, but my sensuality, my sexuality, like I was very disconnected to that. And because of these beliefs that I had in my body, in my mind, that I should not, if I become too sexy and too feminine, then I will be seen as a slut. I will be seen as a bad girl. I need to be good girl. I need to just be like, not sexy, not sensual. No, that's slut, right? And this is how we grow up believing. When you are too much in your power as a woman, it's always been seen as a bad girl, as no, that's not marriage material. You need to be marriage material. You need to be shy. You need to be reserved. You need to be good girl. So I rejected that part of me, and that was the cause of this teacher. Every time it was coming back, it's like, go, yes, you're close, yes, keep on going. I'm gonna come back until you realize what is it. You need to be in your power. You need to express your truth. You need to feel your emotion. It's about feeling. This is our flow. This is our liquid. This is our sacral chakra, which is all about waves and water and fluidity. So it's all like, it's such a feminine energy expression, our emotions. I'm feeling angry. I did not allow myself to feel angry for so many years. Whenever I'm frustrated, I just keep it in. That's why every time I used to go in all these journeys, whether it's breath work, whether it's plant medicines, any type of release, I would go crazy. At one of the journey, I thought I was like a gorilla. I was just like really going. I thought I thought I was gonna hurt people in the room, and there was so much aggression in my body, and it needed to come out. And that was the only safe space that I felt, that my body felt open to just release everything that was just weighing me down for years and years, and it was just manifesting there in my womb and just showing up as this cyst and fibroids and endometriosis, and it just kept on coming back and back and back. But then it was just my body speaking to me. It was a teacher. It was telling me, go deeper, and I'm gonna come back until you learn the lesson, until you hear me, what I'm here to tell you. And once we listen, the teachers are not going to come back. So whenever the teacher comes back, they are there for the reason. They are there to tell us there is something that we are doing that's not right in our body, and we need to correct that. We need to do things in the right way so that our body energy goes back in the flow. It just, there is a stuck emotion there. Whenever, that's how everything starts. It starts with stuck emotion, and then because a stuck emotions vibrates in a different frequency. So just imagine like your whole body is like, I'll give you an analogy of music, okay? So your whole body is like la 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 la. That's the flow of your body, okay? And everything is good. You're a baby, and everything's like la 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 la, high vibration. And then something happened. You get trauma. You don't process that emotion, and it's stuck. And then now it's here. It's like bzzz, and everything is like la 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 la. Here it's like bzzz, bzzz. This is the lower vibration. All right. So now you eat fries. Potato is life, right? And we deep fry it. We kill it. It's a lower vibration. It becomes a lower vibration. We put it in our body. Okay. Our body is all high vibration. La 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 la. There's a one place that's lower vibration here. There's bzzz. We've got stuck emotion. Where is the dead potato gonna go? Bzzz. I have my party here. There's a negative energy party going on. It's gonna go and deposit itself there. Today you add this, it's gonna deposit. After some time, this negative energy, the more junk energy that you eat, the more dead food that you eat, the more, let's say, plastic, the more we don't sleep well, and then our body doesn't process things very well. Then we have a lot of negative energy, and the dead cells are not pushed out of the body again. That's where they go. So over time, okay, you're 10 years old, still building. It's like a small ball of negative vibration. They are going bzz, bzz, but then it's growing. Now you're 30, it's grown. It's like, oh my God, I have this in my body. How did it get there? There was years of accumulation. No disease just comes just like that. Of course, some do, but most of them, they take their time to manifest, and it just starts from one stuck emotion, and then another one, and then another one. So if we live in a place where we don't express ourselves, where we are not authentic, when we are not living life the way we feel, that's how we want to live, and we're just like pretending, and we are just holding back our expression, our emotions, then that's when we are creating imbalances in our bodies, And unfortunately, then these teachers, they have to show up and tell us, yo, you created me to be your teacher because there's something you've been doing for quite some time. And then you're like, oh, you just see a ball of all this negative energy vibrating, and you think, oh, look, I've been eating too much plastic. Let me stop that. And you stop. Yes, you stop. But there's something else that actually started this. And then you're like, oh, I've not been sleeping well. Okay. Oh, I've not been connected too much in the nature. Oh, I've not been drinking too much water. So my cells were not removed properly from the body. I need to drink more. Oh, okay. And you're going every time in different layer until then you get the right reason, which is most of the time to let that energy move, that trauma, that stuck emotion that's been there, that's you have not felt. Maybe it's when your mom passed away and you didn't grieve enough. Maybe it's when you were heartbroken and you just did not express your anger. So we have these things that are just stuck, and most of the time those are the reasons these teachers show up. And sometimes those stuck emotions are not even ours. They were probably our parents. Maybe they were our grandparents. Maybe we had them when we were in our mom's womb, and we don't know. We really don't know where that came from, and that's not the purpose. We don't need to know. We just need to feel whatever it is that needs to be felt so that we can finish that trauma, so that energy can go back to its natural flow, and there's nothing that's restricting it, and there's no different type of vibration in the body. There's no like and most of people, if our body cells could have, we could hear them, we have a lot of different frequencies, because we put so much nowadays in our body that's not aligning to our natural vibration. As babies, babies are born with such high vibration. They are so full of energy, pure energy. But then we start programming them into the way we want. We start stopping their energy to flow the way it's supposed to. We feed them things that don't belong in their body, and it changes slowly, slowly, and it takes time until it manifests to a disease. So the sooner we realize that these diseases, these discomfort, these pains are just teachers to show us, most of the time, teachers that we have created unconsciously to get us back in the flow. So, yes, we keep on going off track, off track, off track. It's watching, it's accumulating, accumulating. At some point, it's like, no, that's it. If you keep on going, then it's the end of life. If that's what you want, then keep on going. Otherwise, it's time to go back on track. It's time to live your life the way you are here to live. It's time to experience. Stop just chasing things that are not yours to chase. And stop living in fear. Stop living in shame and guilt. These are the lowest vibration. These are the cause of most of the diseases. And they might not be ours, like I said. Might have been passed through generations and generations. Some people come in the release, like, during breath work. They just cry and cry and cry and cry. And even after that, they go home and cry because they finally released that the emotion that they needed to feel. Maybe there's generations and generations of that stopping ourselves from crying. A lot of men, they grow up being told, don't cry. And there are times they want to cry, and maybe they are holding all that don't cry of their dads, their grandparents. And when sometimes they're just in breath work and that channel is just open and all these emotions just flood out, and the body just wants to release and release and release and cry all the cries that they never did, their parents never did, their grandparents never did. Finally just flows, and then they feel this back to the flow, lightness. We feel like we are just lighter, energetically, physically. There's just like this big weight that's been lifted from our body, and we just feel like I'm, I'm I can't explain the feeling, but it's just a feeling of, because sometimes I don't know if you can relate. I'm sure a lot of people that I speak to can relate. Whenever there's this feeling that, when we are holding something, there's like this big ball of energy stuck in our chest. When we are feeling sad, when we are feeling, it's this big heaviness in our chest. But then, or when something bad happens, let's say somebody passed away, or heartbroken, there's this big heaviness here. But when we cry out, when we speak, when we just share, when we are seen in that pain, there's this lightness. The heaviness just like goes, and we feel lighter. So that's what I'm talking about. And that can happen even in the body. That's just the chest. That's just the pain that we feel here. But we have it, and some of us are living with it without even knowing we have it, because it's been so long. It's like body weight. It's the same thing, So all these things that we feel like, we don't like them, I have this acne all the time. That's something that I used to struggle with. I have all this, like, fat in my belly only, or in my chest only. It's information. It's telling you something. What's there? Why is it just there? I have this disease that keeps on coming back. I have these throat issues. I have eye issues, ear issues, nose issues, head issues, leg issues, whatever it is. Why it keeps on coming back? It's a teacher. Why is it just there? It's a teacher. Go deeper. Instead of worrying that, oh my God, my weight will come back. I've lost that weight. If it comes back, that means I've not learned the lesson that I needed to learn. I'm still doing things in the same old way, and it wants me to change. So don't be scared when something comes back, and don't keep thinking about, oh my God, if it comes back, my life is going to be ruined. No. If it comes back, that means I've not learned the lesson. I need to make sure, if I don't want it to come back, I need to make sure I've learned the lesson. I need to make sure I've got the information that it was here to tell me. And then we just accept and trust that, okay, that's where I'm at, and we stop worrying so much, because even worrying is, again, we're putting our body in that lower vibration, and then we just making that lower vibration place. If it was a small ball, we're just making it bigger. So worrying also, especially worrying about things that we have experienced, worrying that, oh, what if they happen again? If they happen again, we will survive again. We have survived now. We will survive again. We will learn lesson, accept, trust, and just like wake up every day that today is just going to be the best day of your life, and everything that's happening, nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. Even when it's bad, it's there to teach you something. The more we see things that way, the more we stop being in this victim mindset. Oh my God, why is this like, okay, how did my behavior create this? Or how did I contribute to this? And if I know sometimes there are people who are doing everything right, but sometimes we just don't understand why things happen. And that is when we tell people, just, listen to yourself, and whatever it tells you, trust that. So if you believe, this is just God's way of like speaking to me, all right, trust that and go with that. But what is God trying to tell you? Also, trust yourself. Really, we have the answer, and whatever it is that come, trust that's the exactly answer that you need. It doesn't have to be in any other way. So this is not a message to say that we create our own diseases, and no, we need to be very compassionate. Whatever, even if we do, we're not doing it consciously, and things happen unknowingly, and most of the time, like I said, it's energetically caused, and sometimes it's not even ours. So to be compassionate towards ourselves, towards others, and to see them as, you know they are struggling with learning the lesson, and whenever it is that we can help, we let's try to help. And that's why I've created this space as well to speak about these things, and hopefully somebody who's out there and still struggling with these things every time they go back to doctor, they're told, okay, this thing has come back, and they're just trying to figure out, I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing the right diet, I've stopped everything. Then why? Go deeper. What is it that you have not expressed? What is it that you are still holding? What is it that you are not, where is it that you are not showing authentically as you? You're not saying the things that you want to say. Go deeper, and hopefully the answers will be there. Whatever is there to teach you. It's happening for you. Trust that. If it wasn't for my pain that I went through, whether it's my divorce, whether it's the deaths of my father, whether it's my operations, whether it's my depression, whatever it is, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So all that happened for me. Yes, it was very uncomfortable. And if you told me that when I was there, I'd be probably like, you don't understand what I'm going through. And yes, it's painful. I was there. But let's trust that it's happening for a reason. And we need to feel as well. It's so important. We can't just say like, oh, I'm going through pain, but I'm just trusting. Express, because the more we express our feeling, even in pain, if we feel like we want to scream, scream. Feel whatever it is that we need to feel. This is the root. It's about feeling openly and expressing whatever it is that you want to feel. You don't have to take it out on others, but feel it. Be with the discomfort. Let it go through you. Thank you so much. I hope this podcast helped and helps you also to just understand whatever it is that you are going through in a deeper way, and you get to see things from a different perspective, that things are not happening to punish us, but they are there to teach us. They are there information, and the more we go deeper and get the message that it's trying to give, the better our lives are going to be. So they are just there to bring us back to the alignment, to be true to ourselves and to live life the way we want to live. So thank you so much for listening. If anything resonated with you, if there was any aha moment, if you are struggling with something, please share down below. Like I say, the more we share, the more impact we make. When we share, people see, oh, okay, I'm not alone. And as humans, sometimes we can feel like, oh my God, I'm going through this, I'm alone. But when we see other people going through it, we feel, much better, and we feel like, we're not alone. And that gives us hope, that gives us courage. So keep on sharing what you are going through, and do send this podcast to anybody that you feel like, is going through something, and this is something that can help for them to see things in a different perspective. Do share that. Thank you very much, and namaste.